All right, so now we're looking at the fourth index law. Don't you love my lovely bright green screen? It will wake you up if you're tired. Okay, so it says simplify the following, leaving the answers in index form. Okay, so always make sure whether you need to leave in an index form, whether you answer fully. This one says index form. So we've got 7 to the power of 4 with to the power of 8. Now, what I want to show you is when you've got an index form outside the brackets, you then apply that index to everything inside the brackets. Now, when there is an index attached to a whole number, they become one unit. Okay, so that 8 then gets multiplied by that 4. All right, you keep your same base. So your answer then becomes 7 to the power of 32. So when there is a bracket in the middle of them, you multiply them. Okay, so excuse my dog's barking. Right, so let's do another one. So now we've got a division sum. Okay, so we've got 3 to the power of 2 to the power of 3 and 5 to the power of 3 to the power of 3. So we multiply that by everything in the inside. So that 3 times 2 becomes 3 to the power of 6 because 2 times 3 is 6. That is 3 times 3 gives you 9. So there you go. You've got 3 to the power of 6 and you've got 5, kept your base, to the power of 9. So you've got a bracket, so you multiply both ways. I'll show you something different. Simplify. Okay, so remember what I said about it being one unit? Where's my little... So that 2 is on its own. The b to the power of 5 is 1 unit on its own. Okay, so that 2 has to attach itself to everything inside the bracket. So the 2 will be 2 to the power of 2. 5 will then be multiplied by the 2. The same on this side. Let me show you the answer so I can explain it with you. Okay, so it goes 2 to the power of 2. Because there's a bracket in between, so they will be multiplied by the indices. So b to the power of 10 multiplied by, the 5 is on its own, so it's 5 to the power of 3. B to the power of 8, that gets timesed as well. And that gives you b to the power of 24. But you're not finished, okay? Because now you've got 2 to the power of 2 and you've got 5 to the power of 3. So we go to the next line. 2 to the power of 2 is 4 and b to the power of 10. And then we got 5 to the power of 3 is 125 and we've got b to the power of 24. So now we know what we can do is we can multiply our whole numbers. So we can go 4 times 125. Then we have our b, and then we add our indices. Okay, so your answer would be 500 b to the power of 34. So now we're smushing everything together. Let me show you one more example that's a little bit different. So with this one, we go, well, there's our 2, so it'll be 2 to the power of 3. And there's a bracket in between there, so we go, a is 5 times 3, so it'll give me 15. Now we've got the d to the power of 2, and that 3 is timesed by 2, so that gives d6. So let's have a look. So we've got 2 to the power of 3, a to the power of 15, because you've times those 2, divided by d to the power of 6. Okay, we can still further work on this, because it just says simplify. So we're going to go 2 to the power of 3, get our answer, and then we're going to times it by a to the power of 15. So 2 to the power of 3 is 8. Times by a to the power of 15 gives us a to the power of 15, and our d6 remains the same. We can't reduce it any further, so we leave it right there. All right, so I hope you've taken down lots of notes. If you haven't, watch it again so that you can do that. And let's try out the next couple exercises.